Episodes of care. Before you can add your episode of care, you need to discuss with your practice assessor so that you can identify together an appropriate episode of direct care. To access episodes of care in the ePAD, click on the three bars for the menu and then Episodes of Care. Next, make sure you have the correct part selected. In Part 1, you need to complete one episode of care. In Parts 2 and 3, you need to complete 2 episodes of care. Select the episode of care you wish to complete and make sure that you read the guidelines before attempting to complete the episode of care. You only need to complete the summative episode of care, but you may wish to also complete the formative episode of care to give yourself a practice at completing the episode of care. When you're ready to complete the episode of care in the ePAD, click on Summative, click on Submission 1, and you'll now be able to enter all the details of your episode of care. You can enter text in each of the green boxes. Once you have entered text in the boxes, you may click Save for later, at which point you get taken back to the Episodes of Care window. To continue with the episode of care, navigate back to the submission, where you may carry on entering text. Once you have completed the episode of care by filling out all 5 boxes, you may click Save and Submit. As with the orientation and the initial interview, here you can drag the name of your practice assessor from the left to the right-hand side. If your practice assessor does not show on the left-hand side, you can try searching for them by typing their email address into the green box and pressing return. If that doesn't work, please email hscplacements@glos.ac.uk with the email address of your practice assessor, and we will add them to the ARC list. Once you have your practice assessor over on the right hand side, you may click OK to request approval for this episode of care. Please note, this episode of care must be completed by a practice assessor. It cannot be completed by a practice supervisor. Once you have submitted, you are taken back to the Episodes of Care window and may safely close this screen.